This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
Good morning to you. Perfect, unblemished, no losses, however you want to describe it. The top-ranked basketball Cats going for history yesterday inside Rupp Arena. Here we go to Lexington. Billy Donovan and the Florida Gators trying to chomp out a loss on the schedule for Kentucky. Here they do it. First half, Cats down 2. Whoa! Golly Stein gives the ball up, and Casey Hill, the breakaway jam. 15 points for Hill. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. WCS making up for that turnover. The bucket inside, trying to extend the longest season opening win streak to any team in SEC history. 22 seconds to go in the half. Cats up 3. Karl-Anthony Towns down to Trey Lyles. Take another look here. Lyles wide open because for some reason they decided to double team Karl Towns. Ashley Judd at the game, of course, a big UK fan. She had the nice specs on yesterday as well. Second half, Karl Towns out to the book. Devin Booker. Kentucky up 6. The Cats beat the Gators by 17. Kentucky becomes the first team from a major conference to finish the regular season undefeated since Indiana in 1976. Boys and girls regional tournaments continue today. Tons of highlights from last night, though. We start with Williamsburg and Barberville, a rematch of the 13th Region All-A Championship game earlier on in the season. 50th District champions Williamsburg Yellow Jackets battling it out. 51st District champ Barberville. It's a wild one the first time they played. The Tigers jump out to the quick 5-0 lead. The help of Tate Carter. 12 on the night for Tate. Barberville up. But all season long, Williamsburg, when they're running, they're really good. Skylar Griffith, he had 25. The Yellow Jackets advance to the 13th Region Final 61-54. So Williamsburg will get the winner of this one. Clay County, Knox Central, Trey Farmer in his streak, ready to go. Head coach James Voigt for Knox Central. Tigers hopping for a fast start. Ryan House, he's hopping from downtown. Tanner Wells now driving baseline for Knox Central. Misses the shot. Chad Marcy there for the cleanup. Later, Trey Farmer in his streak, right in your face. The turnaround, the paint drops. Tigers up 2. And Clay County wins by 1, 61-60. Powell County and Breathitt County opening boys 14th Region Tournament play. Finally, Luke Cheney. Look at the Lukes inside. That was Luke Wolf. Start things off. Next Bobcat possession, James Fletcher Collins. Hits Cheney in the post. Then Breathitt on fire most of the first and second quarters. But Powell County survives and advances in this one over Breathitt. 61-59 the final score. So Powell getting the winner of Perry Central and Letcher Central. Start things off with Braxton Beverly. Makes buckets. The junior lighting it up. Later, Beverly, Matt Turner, double team. Beverly bounced past to James Blair with the lay-in. The Commodores win and move on to the 14th Region semis quite handily, 61-48. Third game of the night, top-ranked Knott Central and the Horn, Buckhorn. First half, Cameron Justice. Oh, that's smooth. Got the beard going. The playoff beard, that's what we call it. Oh, my goodness. Justice again driving into the lane and scoring. Looking like he has something to prove later. Isaac Cottle to Evan Hall to Simon Christian. The Knott Central Patriots playing as a team. Lots of talent, of course. Buckhorn's Peyton Coover driving in, dishing it out. That's Dylan Cole, but the Horn season comes to an end. Knott Central advances 60-42. Final game of the night, Estill County and Wolfe County. Caleb Bonney passes it out down low for the layup. And then Michael Bishop drives down the lane for the easy 2-point basket. And Estill goes on to advance. They win by 20, 59-39. Much more in the next half hour. That's First Look at Sports this morning. Enjoy your morning. Good morning to you. Perfect, unblemished, no losses, however you want to describe it. The Kentucky Wildcats are rolling. The top-ranked Cats going for history yesterday inside Rupp Arena. Let's go to Lexington. Billy Donovan, been around the block a time or two. Of course, he's beaten Kentucky several times, but not this year. Cats winning at their place. Florida trying to win now at Rupp, and that's not how you That's how you start right there. Willie Cauley-Stein loses the ball on Casey Hill in the breakaway. 15 for Hill. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. WCS making up for that turnover. Of course, Kentucky trying to extend the longest season-opening win streak to any team in SEC history. 22 seconds to go in the half. Trey Lyles. Woo. Take another look at this one, how it develops. Towns gets double-teamed. Not sure why you would double-team anybody on this team, but Trey Lyles just wide open. 14.6 boards for Lyles. UK up 3 at the break. Ashley Judd, big Kentucky fan, of course. Nice specs, clapping it up. Second half, Carl Towns out to the book. Devin Booker locked and loaded. Kentucky up 6. The Cats beat the Gators by 17. Kentucky becomes the first team from a major conference to finish the regular season undefeated since Indiana in 1976. All right, how about that other team in Kentucky? Their name is Louisville. The Ville at home hosting number 2 Virginia. Montrezl Harrell gets the steal and does Montrezl Harrell things. Nasty. Cardinals leading by 14. More defense. Terry Rozier, the steal, the bucket. Louisville still up double digits, and the Cardinals get the upset at home, 59-57, over second-ranked Virginia. Mid-South Conference basketball action taking place in Frankfort. Number 1 seed Pikeville, number 4 seed Cumberland. Story of the game, Patriots, was this guy, Tony Bradley. Gets the board and the putback. 29 points, 13 rebounds for him. Game tied at 14. Pikeville takes the lead on that. Oh, my goodness. The step-back three-pointer from K.K. Simmons. Cumberland's answers with their sharpshooter. His name, Taylor Gover. Played at Somerset, rocking it from downtown, but it just didn't matter. Late in the half now, Pikeville down 5. Simmons connects from about 27 feet. The Bears go into the locker room trailing by 2, but Cumberland's hold Pikeville to its lowest point total of the season, 66-60, the final score. Now to the high school hardwood. The 13th region will crown its girls champ today. Winner will play in the state tournament this coming week. First semifinal, Clay County Lady Tigers taking on Derek Cow and the Harlan Lady Green Dragons. Harlan not wasting any time putting the ball into the hoop off the opening tip. Jordan Brock. That's how you do it to start the game. Harlan by 2. Hot shooting start. Continue for Harlan. Brooklyn Massengill. Brooklyn in the house. She finished with 20. Harlan will advance. Jordan Brock goes for 22 and knock out Clay County in the semifinals of the 13th region for the second straight season. So who will Harlan face? Will it be David Teague? Of course, he got knocked out by Corbin last year. Or in Bell County, or will it be 49th District runner-up North World, the Lady Jags? Bell County Lady Cats getting on the board first. Macy Morris got to shake it off and knocking down the J. Bell early lead off the inbounds play now. Jess Sanders, 19 points, 4 assists for Jess Sanders. Young Lady Jags, though, not intimidated. Lone senior Hannah Gray knocking it down. Morris, though, her pull-up game, real strong. Bell advances 74-57 over North. Now to the girls' 15th region semifinals. It's Johnson Central and it's Belfry. Nice ball movement from the Lady Pirates into Lindsay Miller. Miller time, or Belfry with the early lead on JC. Watch the explosiveness here by Lauren Sawyer. And nobody even came close to her. Johnson Central forced 22 turnovers in this game. Lauren Preston picks off Emily Baker. She converts it into 2. Lady Eagles by 6, and the Lady Eagles won this one 66-49 over Belfry. Sheldon Clark hoping for a rematch with Johnson Central, taking on Prestonsburg in the other semifinal. Kelsey Dean, no good. That's right, got a good teammate, Emily Waller. Wallering around in the paint, puts it up and in. At the other end now, Elizabeth Prater for Prestonsburg. Feeds it down inside to Jana Jarvis. Solid all year for Jarvis. Tiffany Meadows now. Oh, shots blocked. Jen Lane is there to clean it up. Deficit trimmed to just 2. Second quarter. Sheldon Clark begins to pull away because Hope Lafferty is really, really fast. Layup there, and then later she get another layup. Sheldon Clark gets its rematch with Johnson Central. Lady Cards advance past Prestonsburg 64-41. Frankie Smith and the Sheldon Clark Cardinals meeting up with East Ridge in the boys' 15th region first round. All 4 games yesterday at the Expo. Warriors very efficient early. Johnny Miller, Austin Hilton, they played the give and go. And then a U-Pike top play contender here. This is ridiculous. Trey Little gets the steal. Oh, he saves it from going out of bounds. Miller leading the break. Austin Hilton, the Mohawk, getting it done. He has a lot of game. Seconds remain in the first. Miller gets the handoff, pulls up, knocking down Jays. Cardinals, though, would wake up in the second. Chase Parsley leaves it up to Dylan James. How about the other way? These guys are besties. James to Parsley. He's knocking down the three this time. Sheldon Clark pulls away from Eastridge. Cardinals win at 51-38. Brad Short and Allen Central facing Travis York and Lawrence County in the second. Rebels Mason Nelson. He's in just about every single Allen Central highlight because he does ridiculous things. Rebels down by 19, though. Later in the second, Bulldogs Robert Dalton with the rebound and the putback. Good to have him back. Dogs up by 22. Allen Central was able to put up 81 points on the scoreboard, but Lawrence was able to put up 100, so they win. Rematch of last season's championship game, Shelby Valley versus Johnson Central. First quarter, Eagles senior Kyle Gullett. He's got some cool specs, too, just like Ashley Judd. Central up 6. 3 minutes in, Wildcats Lamont Wright doing it right from the baseline. That stops a 12-0 run. That was their first points of the game. In transition, Patrick Rice connects with Gullett. And the Golden Eagles cruise past Shelby Valley 81-46. Pike Central band in attendance for the Hawks and South Floyd. Final game of the 15th region first round. In the first, Pike Central's Ethan Blackburn gets it out. The offensive board and the putback. Central up 4 later in the first. Raiders' J.R. Tackett will take it in for 2. Raiders still trail by 4, though. Now to the second quarter. Brad Elkins. Pike Central wins and keeps its season alive 82-51 over the South Floyd Raiders. Much more today at 6 and 11. Much more championship games. You want to tune into the Sportscast then. That's a final look at sports this morning. Enjoy your morning.